You bought your car, you paid for the insurance, the repair costs, and filled up the gas tank. You want to drive it, but the remote start feature isn't working. That's because you didn't pay the $15 monthly subscription fee, and it gets worse. Miss one loan payment, and the truck can shut off completely, even in the middle of highway traffic. Watch how these car owners found out. And when you see this, you'll realize that having your name on the vehicle registration doesn't mean what you thought it did, real quick. If you're tired of car companies selling you a payment plan and hiding the problems, smash that like button. And if you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe. All right, let's get into it.
Subaru charges you a monthly subscription fee to be able to remote start your car. PSA to anybody looking for a new car. Didn't know that when I got the car. I specifically asked, is there remote start? And they were like, yep, no problem. Get home, try to remote start the car with my keys. Doesn't work. I Google everything, doesn't work. I called the dealer and he's like, oh, well, you have to pay for the monthly subscription service to remote start your car. And I was like, I don't want to. And he said, well, it's great. There's a lot of great features in the app. You're gonna love it. And I was like, I don't want any of the features. I just want to remote start my car. So you actually have to pay for 2 services to remote start your car. There's like the safety package, which is however many dollars a month. And then there's a security package. And you can only get the security package if you get the safety package. So it's like $15 a month to remote start your car if you get a Subaru. Now I called and complained and there was some promo or whatever and I was able to get it for $5 a month for the year. But now it just keeps charging my card a $1 hold and not actually going through. So PSA to everybody, because I know we're all sick of subscription-based services in the year 2026. If you're getting a new Subaru and you want to remote start your car or use any of the features on the app like lock, unlock, lights, trunk, etc., you have to pay a monthly subscription fee. PSA to anybody looking for a new car, because I don't know what other dealers are doing this, but Subaru for sure is. So PSA to anybody looking for a new car. Ask if you have to pay a monthly subscription fee for the app or to remote start your car. You're welcome.
I have an absolute bone to pick with Mercedes-Benz. You're telling me I paid for a car that cost me $65,000 and I have to pay a monthly or yearly or weekly subscription to unlock my car with my phone? $65,000 for a car? You'd want to hope it fucking massages my asshole.
I keep seeing TikToks about people being mad that they have to pay for a subscription to be able to use features of their car, like starting your car, locking, unlocking, like seeing all the things on the app. And when I first got my old car, they gave me 3 free years of that service of the Mazda app. And I was like, okay, cool, but I don't think that my dad's gonna keep paying for that service just so that I can start my car in the winter. So when we went shopping for my new car, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna get another 3 years of this because I'm gonna get a new car. So it's gonna come with 3 more years of service. And when I got my car, they told me that I only have 1 year of it. Subscriptions are literally going to end at the same time. It didn't even do me any good. And I think that's insane because not only are they charging for a feature that should be free because it came with the car, but they're also cheating you out of what they originally said that they would give. And on top of that, you're paying for a subscription for something that's like half as good as the original version. I wish that my key would start my car because sometimes I don't have service or like it'll just randomly fail. I'll try to start my car and it says something went wrong. I wish that I could do it from the key. So they're just kind of cheaping out and making like a worse version and then charging for it on top of that. I completely forget about that because I still have the service right now, but I think that's dumb. And if you're looking into a Mazda, think about that. I don't know if they still make any cars with like the actual key that starts it. I'm wondering if all remote start is like coming from the phone now. I hope not. I hope that like at least luxury cars are still making them come from the key.
Car companies right now are making it to the point that you don't actually own the vehicle you're purchasing anymore. And why do I say that? Because you're not buying things from a car dealership any longer. You're just being given access to them. And if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, one woman found out the hard way. She purchased a Mazda and then went to remote start the Mazda, and the Mazda did not start. She tried calling the company and they told her she now has to pay for remote start. Take a listen to this for yourself.
This economy is making me a criminal, okay? I'm currently researching how to jailbreak a car system. That sounds crazy, right? Listen to this. I bought this car because I wanted push to start. I wanted to be able to start my car when I'm not in my car, okay? Not that complicated. This is already installed. It's installed in the car, yay! I find out I have a free 3-year trial. Meaning after the trial, they want me to pay a $10 a month subscription cost for something already installed in my car. Are you fucking kidding me? It's already installed in my car. You want me to now pay you a subscription on top of the $30,000 car that I bought from you?
And you heard what she said, right? So that means you can purchase a vehicle for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and still be locked out because you're going to have features that are going to be hidden behind a subscription. And as you can see, this is not something that's coming in the future. This is happening right now. That's Mazda. That has got her locked out. Have a look at this for yourself. New buyers got a 3-year complimentary trial to use these advanced features that include remote start and also Apple CarPlay. Now that the trial has ended, the preferred plan costs $10 per month, $120 per year for full features including remote engine start and stop. How crazy is this, and how crazy do you think it's going to be? Can you picture in the winter getting in your car and having to pay like $8 to turn on your heated seats? So the bottom line here is you're going to pay for your car. You're going to get this as a complimentary service. And then once that complimentary service is up, you're going to be paying for things that you've been using that are already in your vehicle. And there's also been discussions that they're going to put mileage limits on these cars. That's in the talks as well, which means you will have to pay per 1,000 miles once you go over your limit. So basically, everything has come full circle that I've told you about in the past. AI is in control. They are in control. So basically, they'll be watching and monitoring everything you do with that vehicle. And if they don't like something you're doing, off it goes. It kind of puts it all into perspective, why they wanted everyone to drive an electric vehicle. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Because I've been on a tear about subscription fees lately, let's have another conversation, because I think Volvo is actually doing this kind of well. So the first thing that I learned today is if you want remote start, preconditioning, locking and unlocking your doors through the app, no subscription fee. If you are going to use your phone as a key, digital key, no subscription fee. The only thing that is going to be a subscription on this vehicle is Google built-in. But you know what Volvo has done that some other automakers haven't done? They're including Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you know what? If you don't want to buy that subscription fee after 4 years, you get a 4-year free trial. You don't have to. What a novel idea. So the other thing that I want to say is they've also said the modem will stay active in this vehicle. So if you don't do a Wi-Fi plan, if you don't do anything like that, the modem is still active, and over-the-air updates, you know what? They are also going to be free. Crazy, isn't it?
5 different owners, 5 different brands, same trick. Subaru wants $15 a month just to remote start a car you already own, and you need 2 separate subscriptions stacked to get there. A $65,000 Mercedes wants a subscription just to unlock the doors with your phone. Mazda promises 3 years free, then quietly gives the next buyer only 1. And when one owner refused to pay $10 a month for a feature already installed in her car, she started Googling how to jailbreak her own vehicle. But here's the part that proves this is a choice, not a necessity. Volvo offers the exact same features for free. So when other brands charge you monthly for something already sitting in your dashboard, that's not a technology cost. That's a decision.
Imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an accident, something terrible on the ranch with a chainsaw. And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift, because it detects my eyes are big, there's a lot of emotion, there's some panic, and it doesn't feel that I'm fit to drive. Now that's not science fiction, that is happening because Ford just filed the patents. Ford actually has a series of patents down at the US Patent and Trade Office that deal with the sensors and cameras inside the cab of their truck. And if the sensors in that truck determine that you're not fit to drive, that truck will not actually shift from park to drive. Now they already have a system called telematics, and that's where they can actually pull up cameras in real time inside the cab of their fleet vehicles. Now, they actually market this to insurance companies, because the truth is, this is really about who owns the data and who owns the liability. Now, your name might actually be on the title of this truck, And you may have paid for it, but you don't own it.
So what's this whole thing that I'm hearing that Congress wants to pass a law where independent shops like myself and people at home can't fix their own vehicles if they want to? I mean, last I checked, this was America. Land of the free, home of the brave, land of the freely passed bullshit laws. And all because all the modules they're sticking in these vehicles and the scan tool companies are coming out with aftermarket scanners that can get into the immobilizer system, and you can take off with a vehicle and do so as you please. Let me tell you something, if somebody wants to steal a vehicle, they're going to. And if somebody wants to come up with their own software to do that, they're going to. There's always going to be bad actors. And I guess I'm wearing the appropriate shirt today. Don't be a douche. And I'm sorry if there's any kids watching. Don't repeat that. But I think this law, or whatever they got put up, the bill, not law yet, it's a bill, needs to be just, see ya, gone, because that's going to put a lot of shops out of business, including myself. Then you'll no longer see Auto Tech Mike. It's going to be Auto Tech Unemployed. And I think that's why I'm kind of speaking up right now, because this don't need to happen. If you buy a vehicle, you own it. You can do so with that vehicle as you please, unless it's Ferrari. If you want to take off and do your own brakes, do your own brakes. You bought the vehicle. And who cares if independent shops are cheaper than dealerships? It's always been like that. If you guys would stop adding modules to the vehicles for every little thing, like do a cigarette lighter module, cup holder module, I'm just naming off some weird modules, but stop adding all those. Who cares? Like, you ever heard of the term KISS? Keep it simple, stupid? Let's go back to that. Like this whole thing that I'm seeing where if you get into your vehicle and you're a little bit highly elevated and your heart rate's up or your eyes are wide or whatever, the vehicle won't start, it won't let you do anything. Like, okay, so if I want to take and run from a tornado, I guess I can't. I guess you're gonna see the upgraded version of Wizard of Oz when I hop on my motorcycle and I'm wrapped around a twister. I've got more to say on this, but I'm gonna end it right here. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. And have a good one.
So I keep seeing this comment that I'll just pull the fuse, I'll hack the computer, I'll disconnect the kill switch. No, you won't. And I'm going to explain to you exactly how they designed the system to make it so you can't do that. So modern cars today don't just have computers, they have what's called a TCU, a telematics control unit. It has its own dedicated cellular connection that is always on, and every single sensor in your vehicle is hard-coded to your VIN. So if you tamper with the sensor, pull a fuse, or try to bypass the ECU, the car instantly generates a diagnostic trouble code, a DTC, and because the TCU is always connected, it immediately flags the tamper event to the manufacturer's cloud. Don't believe me? General Motors just banned by the FTC for 5 years because the OnStar system was secretly tracking driver behavior and braking acceleration to include location, and then taking that information and selling it to insurance agencies. How often? Every 3 seconds. A modern connected car generates up to 25 gigabytes of data every single hour. Ford just filed a patent for its camera that uses machine learning to read your lips, scan your irises, and monitor your heart rate to decide if you're fit to drive. If you just disconnect that DCU, you lose your navigation, your digital dash, your radio, and your insurance company. Who is buying the data? Instantly knows your car went dark. That's a fucking red flag. They destroyed the used car market with Clash for Clunkers. They degraded older engines with ethanol. They are forcing you into data harvesting machines. You cannot hack your way out of this shit. This is the grid, and you're stuck in the fucking cage.
Ford has an actual patent for a system that reads your panic, your heart rate, your eyes, and refuses to let the truck shift into drive if it decides you're not calm enough. An independent mechanic is warning that a bill in Congress could make it illegal for people to fix their own cars at home. And he says it would put shops like his out of business entirely, and every sensor in a modern car is hard-coded to its VIN, wired into a telematics unit that's always connected. Tamper with anything, and the manufacturer's cloud gets an instant alert. This isn't paranoia. GM already got banned by the FTC for 5 years for secretly selling braking and location data to insurance companies.
Is it because I didn't make my payment on my Ford Bronco? Ford shut down my car because the payment is late? Dang, that's rough. That's like a scam, right? So my brand new Bronco with 3,000 miles on it is broke down in the middle of... I don't think Ford realizes how rough it is out here. Doing my best. I mean, I could be killed. I'm in like 60-mile-an-hour traffic here. My truck, broken. I could be killed. Expressway. So, hey, look, divine providence. You gotta listen, because sometimes when God speaks, it's not all what you want it to be, you know what I mean? This probably saved me from a really bad accident, but anyway, Ford Bronco, number 1, 75 grand, middle 275, shut down and completely broken and busted.
A $75,000 truck, 3,000 miles old, shut down in the middle of 60-mile-an-hour highway traffic because a payment was late. He says it out loud himself. That could have killed him. You didn't buy a truck. You leased permission to keep driving it, and the bank can revoke that permission whenever it decides to.
Who on earth wants to play with a touch screen to move your air vent?
Yo, I don't know what it is with these car companies and these shifters that they're making. What is this?
You can't even have a door handle nowadays. Look at this. Where's your regular door handle, right? Something easy, something that's gonna last forever. No, you need to push a button to have the popper to open the door.
This is absolutely disgusting. The fuck do you mean I have to do that to put that in drive? That's ridiculous.
My first U-turn in a Plaid. I don't know how I can. Oh my gosh!
You almost killed us.
Come on, let me turn the AC on. I get it, you're a Ford. Let me turn the fucking AC on.
Hey, so you know how cars used to be easy to work on? Yeah, let's scratch that idea. How can we make this reliable, simple platform not that? I think we should add more screens. I don't think it has enough screens. I got an idea. Let's add a bunch of dealer-specific codes so only the dealership can fix it for $250+ an hour. Check this out. What if we figured out a way to put Netflix in the car? We're up 3 screens. It doesn't feel right. Let's add another screen. Remember on the old school Chevy pickups where you didn't even need a tool to change out the headlight assembly? You just lifted up the hood, removed this pin, and it came right out? Yeah, let's get as far away from that as humanly possible. How can we take this reliable car and design it so that it brakes in 40,000 miles? Hey, I just got word back from all of our dealerships, and they're saying that the technicians, after doing several of these recalls, can now do them in under the paid time. So we gotta reduce it.
Right, well, morning people. I've been inundated recently with people asking me what scan tool to buy. But it really does depend on what you are going to be using it for. There's some people who will just use it for pulling a code and saying this is the code I've got wrong with my car. There's other people that will then want to go to the next level and they'll try and Google the code and see if they can resolve it themselves. And then you've got the next one on from that when, you know, you're going to be someone who can turn a spanner, so they don't mind getting their hands dirty and seeing if they can do it. So there's various grades of scanner depending on your use. But if you want me to do a video based on the scanners, because I've got all levels of scanners right the way through from your handheld right the way up to dealer support, I could talk you through at what level and what budget, because budget does play a part. You know, not everyone wants to go and spend £3,000 on a scanner. But then obviously the £25 scanner won't do as much as the £400 scanner, and the £400 scanner won't do as much as a £2,000 scanner. So it all depends on what you want to do. But if you want to see it, guys, I'll do a video based on the scanners and what sort of budget and what sort of level. Let me know if you're interested.
Touchscreens for the AC vent, buttons instead of door handles, a shifter nobody asked for. And one mechanic mocks the whole design philosophy. Strip out anything simple, Lock the rest behind dealer-only codes at $250 an hour. Even a straightforward diagnostic scanner ranges from 25 pounds to 3,000, depending on how deep you need to go, because the car won't tell you what's wrong unless you pay for the privilege of asking.
Mazda has started charging a $10 a month subscription service for remote starting your car, which was a feature that was up until very recently free as part of their software package. However, they ended the connected services trial and now charge $10 a month for you to use any of those features. But that's after they killed an open source option. So they killed the free option, rolled out a paid one, and then customers who had already purchased and owned these vehicles, and the right to repair advocates say that car owners should have full ownership of the technology embedded in their vehicles. So they came up with an open source solution for remote starting their car for free, and Mazda sued them to shut it down, which is absolutely wild. Mazda was successful in this too. So I cannot, boy, all of these car companies, I do so many of these stories, they're all trying to get long-term revenue from you because just selling an expensive car apparently isn't enough. So if you want to remote start your car with your cell phone, that's now $120 a year. Other features might cost more. So its customers wanted to find a workaround that was open source to enable remote start without Mazda's subscription fees. However, Mazda filed a DMCA takedown notice to kill the open source project, and the company claimed it contained code that violated Mazda's copyright ownership and used certain Mazda information, such as proprietary API information.
Mazda didn't just start charging for a feature that used to be free. When customers built their own free workaround, Mazda sued them and won, calling it copyright infringement. Think about what that actually means. They went to court to make sure you keep paying for something you already own the hardware for. You paid for the car, but they're the ones holding the keys. What features is your car charging you for right now? Leave a comment below and subscribe.